Welcome back, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Shell's Spooky Stories. I'm your host, Shell, and tonight I have a bone-chilling story about America's most documented haunting. So dim the lights, settle in, and prepare yourself for the Bell Witch. In the hills of Adams, Tennessee, a legend has lingered for more than 2 centuries. The tale of a mysterious and malevolent entity known as the Bell Witch. This isn't just folklore. It's one of the most extensively documented hauntings in American history, with records dating back to the early 1800s, including eyewitness accounts, journal entries, and even mentions by a future president of the United States. The story begins in 1817, when John Bell, a farmer in Robertson County, began experiencing strange occurrences on his land. He claimed to have seen a bizarre animal in his fields, described as having the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit. The family soon began hearing unexplained noises, knocking on doors, chains dragging across the floors, and rats gnawing at bedposts, but nothing was ever found. These incidents escalated, and soon the Bell children, especially young Betsy Bell, were being physically attacked. She reported having her hair pulled, being pinched and slapped by unseen forces. What made this case truly unique was that the entity began to speak, developing a distinct voice and even a personality. It claimed to be Kate Bat's witch, a reference to a local woman who had a dispute with John Bell over a land transaction. While there's no confirmed connection, the entity was thereafter referred to as Kate. The voice quoted scripture, sang hymns, and carried on full conversations with the Bell family and visitors. Multiple witnesses documented this phenomenon, including local clergy and neighbours. The legend reached such notoriety that General Andrew Jackson, who would later become the 7th President of the United States, reportedly visited the Bell farm in 1819. Accounts from the era describe how Jackson's party experienced strange phenomena, including a frozen wagon wheel that wouldn't budge until an unseen voice permitted them to proceed. Though no primary source letter from Jackson himself survives, the incident is referenced in early retellings of the story and was widely believed at the time. The entity's hatred for John Bell only intensified. In December 1820, Bell fell mysteriously ill and died. According to family accounts, a small vial of unknown liquid was found next to his bed. When a drop was given to the family cat, it died instantly. The entity reportedly claimed responsibility, declaring, "I gave old Jack a big dose of it last night." The story goes that Kate's voice was heard singing at Bell's funeral, laughing and mocking his death. The activity gradually faded after Bell's death, though Betsy Bell continued to experience torment for years. She eventually broke off her engagement to a local man, allegedly under the entity's influence. In later years, attention turned to a nearby geological formation, now known as the Bell Witch Cave. While not mentioned in the earliest accounts, the cave became associated with the legend in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when local residents reported strange lights, noises, and physical phenomena in and around the site. Paranormal investigators visiting the cave today often report temperature fluctuations with no natural explanation, unexplained scratches, disembodied voices captured on EVP recordings, intelligent light anomalies, commonly called orbs, moving against air currents. The Bell Witch legend was formally recorded in 1894 by author Martin Van Buren Ingram in an authenticated history of the Bell Witch. His book drew heavily on the journals of Richard Williams Bell, John Bell's son, who documented the events he witnessed as a boy. To this day, descendants of the Bell family report unusual occurrences, and many locals believe the spirit never truly left. Tourists and investigators visiting the Bell Witch Cave and the old Bell Farm site still claim to encounter unexplained phenomena, whispers, cold spots, and even sightings of a strange black dog lurking near the fields, just as John Bell described over 200 years ago. Whether it was a poltergeist, a vengeful spirit, or something far more ancient, the story of the Bell Witch endures, not just because of the fear it instills, but because of the sheer volume of eyewitness testimony, contemporary records, and ongoing experiences. Perhaps some promises extend beyond the grave, and some grudges never die. Thank you for joining me for this terrifying tale. It's a chilling reminder that some spirits aren't just legends, they're part of the land, the history, and maybe even the bloodline. Until next time, dear listeners, stay safe and keep your lights on. And if that tale gave you chills, don't forget to feed the spirits. Hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss a haunting, and share this story with your bravest friends, the ones who don't mind a ghost or two, whispering their name at night. Your support helps keep the veil thin and the stories flowing. Until next time, stay spooky, stay curious, and whatever you do, don't look behind you.